The USA Championships are coming in the 400-meter dash. And although a whole bunch of pros are going to be there, Quincy Wilson is somewhere in between a high school kid and a professional. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's at this moment it feels like there's two different versions of him. There's the one that shows up on the high school scene, and his coach has dialed it in so that a different version pulls up to all these college professional races. That's what they're supposed to be. And USA is
Hmm.
not exactly pro, but it basically is because this is where the folk who have contracts show up to prove themselves. So, one, Quincy Wilson was close to making the Olympic team last year. Is he going to make the team for Worlds now? And if he does or if he doesn't, because who's going to stop him if he don't? And if he does go, still, we got to figure out who's going with him. So, and by the way, he's coming off of 44.10,
Yep.
which does rank him inside the top three. So, where are you at?
Well, I think this year is different for Quincy Wilson. We saw him last year. He finished, he made it onto the relay for the Olympic team, for the USA's at the Olympics. This year, I think his coach has even spoken about how he's dialed back in terms of the amount of races he's done throughout the year to prepare him because they realize, okay, now you have an actual shot to make the team and to be. I mean, he was already competitive with these professional guys. Now you have a real shot to actually make the team individually. Now, it'll be tough. He ran the 44-1 a couple of weeks ago, which proves okay, he's in some good form leading into USA's and whatever him and his coach are doing in the background, like there it seems to be clicking. I'm not sure. It's hard to say if he'll make the team for me at least, because I still have to give a lot of props to the guys who they really do this. Not to say that Quincy Wilson doesn't do this, but this is like, like this is my job. Like I don't know the situations of everybody. I know Ja'Cory Patterson, he just got to deal with Nike and all that, but like some of these people are like, I have to run. This is my livelihood. So it's tough. So personally, I don't think I have Quincy Wilson making the team. My opinion could change maybe through the rounds, but I actually do think in one of the rounds, he's probably going to run a sub 44 seconds, like 43 something. Um, I don't know if he'll be in the final, maybe similar to last year. I think he did like that, ran his fastest in the semifinals at Olympic trials. But Quincy Wilson will be dangerous. It's just I feel some of the other guys, Quincy Hall, like a Chris Bailey, like some of these consistent guys, even Ja'Cory Patterson, right? Like I feel like they're going to be a little more like, all right, this we need to make this team because this is our livelihoods in a sense. Not to say like anyone is getting dropped from their contract or something, but it's just a different kind of level relative to Quincy Wilson. But I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me to think, but
I
yeah,
mean, to me, okay, to be real, Quincy Hall, Olympic gold medalist.
yep,
Everybody saw the show that he put on to, grit his way to that victory.
yep.
I don't feel as if Quincy Hall is bulletproof the way you would think of a traditional Olympic gold medalist.
Mm,
Now, he's made multiple USA teams in a row, so I ain't that stupid. I'm taking him again.
yeah.
But, I mean, I'm just, putting it out there that it may not be a runaway victory or like when it's all done, it may not feel like that. I think he'll just kind of do what's required on in that moment because he's been planning for this the whole year. He's
Yeah.
been dialing it in to get to this point. After that, I mean, like I said, if you take that spot and throw it up there, the other two are gonna go to the rest of the field, and the field gets wide open because you've got your Vernon Norwoods and Bryce Deadmans. Through this point in the year, they've run fast, but the guys who are lesser known have run faster. Chris Bailey was hot for most of the season, like indoor and to out, but now you got to go do it again. And then you have, you know, I think it's really going to come down to, like these different pockets because you got the Ja'Cory Patterson, Caleb McRae situation. Both of them are the
Mm,
guys who like nobody really was checking for.
yeah.
Like every race is a big race for them. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
where they've been. And then you got Quincy Wilson who just has no chill button because he has no reason to. Like that's how I put him in. Because like look at his Ed Murphy situation. That's what I call it. It was a situation. Like he runs the race, he runs it with confidence, he wins it, he celebrates, and to him, he's like, yes, like I did what I'm supposed to do. Like this is what I do. In his mind, he really think he better than them. Now, it doesn't matter that they used like these guys have history. Like they did stuff in other parts of their career before getting to this point.
Yeah.
Like they whether it was college or whatever. All he knows is right now, I pulled up and I'm doing what I do. Like Bryce Deadman was there, for example, and he was ahead of him. So he has no fear. So that's why I'm like, you know what, Quincy, I'm gonna take Quincy Wilson on this team because I just think
Okay.
he has no reason to back down. And they may not necessarily have enough artillery to keep him off. If we were living in a world where Fred Curley was going to run this four and Michael Norman was healthy and was going to run this four, this conversation is very different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because see, like it's like the two horses that run the four aren't there. Like I don't know why I'm hoping that Fred Curley shows up in this four. Like I want him. I don't know how the rounds are set up. I wish he could run the 100 and then just be like, you know what? Let me go run this 400 for fun and see what I can do with y'all. Like I wish. I know he won't, but like there's 1% of me that's like, I'm gonna tune in expecting to see Fred. Because I think I'm just kind of like, no, there's no shade to the rest of the field, but like there was like a different level of talent when you talk about those guys who can go into the 43s and like really run it.
Mm. It's yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I think yeah, I agree with your point on Quincy Hall that it's like he's not invincible, right? He's still in the realm of like, okay, I can imagine him. I mean, he actually has lost a Diamond League race, I think, earlier this year. But he's safe. To me, he's safe and he's medaled. He's on paper the most consistent 400-meter runner over the past couple of years. He medaled in 2023. He medaled again in 2024. Of course, he got the gold. So he's making this, in my opinion, he's making a team. And I mean, well, we'll see when we get to the world champs. I personally do think Chris Bailey is out of all the people, he actually might be the most consistent guy. Like, obviously, he got the world indoor gold, but he also won a whole bunch of diamond leagues. And the ones that he didn't win, he only finished behind like Matthew Hudson Smith and maybe like some other international guys. Like, he's never lost to an American this year in the 400 indoors or out. So Chris Bailey looks very good. But then, like you said, Quincy Wilson, he's just going to be like, he might just be running all out in every single round because there's nothing to lose for him. And he has the potential to make the team. But I don't know. Someone like Ja'Cory Patterson. I really like Ja'Cory Patterson too. I mean, I'm just kind of going through the names and it's like it's very, very wide open. But I'll say for me personally, Quincy Hall, Chris Bailey, those are the two guys who I feel the most confident about. And then after that, it gets kind of like tricky and wide open for the most part.
Yeah, judging off of what we saw at Prefontaine, I'll join you on the Chris Bailey train.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, again, it's just so the margins are razor thin right now
Mhm.
in the men's 400 between like who's who. Like Chris Bailey, he's now been coming out on top enough in these
Yeah.
face-offs where it's starting to be like, well, maybe you are better. It's just that he's not better by so much on the clock where it stands out.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like that's how I would, kind of frame it. But again, the Quincy Wilson effect is what this race is going to come down to. Do we really think that he can keep? Again, I just know he's going to go till he can't go no more. And that's what I mean. To some degree, that's what happened at the Olympic Games last year,
Yeah.
where he floored it and floored it and floored it, and then obviously his relay leg didn't go well because his body was banged up, from what we understand.
Hmm.
And a lot of that came because he had floored it until he couldn't floor it anymore. So he's just going to keep going until the card tells him he can't. And with that in mind, I'm just going to assume there's enough gas in the tank to keep going through these 3 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I'm excited. I think he just brings a different dynamic to this race that honestly no one is prepared for. Even the guys, a lot of these guys raced them last year. They've raced them in these one-off races. We don't even know what Quincy Wilson is truly capable of. And again, especially this year, considering he's been racing less in preparation for this, it'll be dangerous. He'll be very, very dangerous. My name is Anderson from The Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from the finish line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.